This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only.
How does this crisis look if you live in Beirut or Bethlehem, Gaza or Haifa? Join us for this Mosaic Intelligence Report only on Link TV.
Almost 2 weeks have passed since a ceasefire was declared between Israel and Hezbollah. However, the Israeli siege on Lebanon has not ended and Hezbollah has not been disarmed, causing anticipation in the region that another round of hostilities may be imminent. In the aftermath of this 33-day brutal war, a debate has risen both on Lebanon and Israel. On Arab TV, the definition of the sovereignty of the state is being argued, with many wondering when Hezbollah's role of a state within a state would end.
Lebanese sovereignty, or the sovereignty of any country in international law, means that the state is the only body with the right to use force on its territories. In Lebanon's case, it became apparent to us that it is very weak as a state and that the right to use force is not confined to the state. There is a party that may even be stronger than the state, and it has given itself the right to use weapons and declare war and peace. So the war showed us that Lebanon is a weak state and there is a party that is stronger than the state.
All the hostilities between certain segments of the Lebanese society and the Syrian regime renewed verbally, at least for the time being.
Deploying international troops on the Lebanese-Syrian borders will create animosity between the two countries. First and foremost, the deployment undermines the Lebanese sovereignty. No country accepts the deployment of foreign troops along its national borders unless it is engaged in a war, such as the case in southern Lebanon and the Golan Heights. You only acknowledge the country's sovereignty when it's convenient for you, and when it's not, you don't. Perhaps we will be able to rebuild thanks to the generous donations of Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and other Arab Gulf states, as well as with Egyptian and Jordanian support. So yes, we will rebuild.
Meanwhile, calls for the resignation of Israeli Prime Minister Olmert have been on the rise. The Israeli press has been describing him as a dead man walking. The Israeli government, starting from its president, has been marred with scandals and controversies, and the Israeli media has been having a field day in covering this issue.
Question that there should be a very deep and focused inquiry with the following priorities. First of all, to prepare the army as fast as possible for the next round, which seemed to be inevitable.
While both Israel and Hezbollah had rushed in claiming victory in the war in Lebanon, many analysts see that only Iran has been victorious. They say that Iran has now established itself as a regional power in the Middle East, competing with the United States for dominance. At the same time, it has been able to survive all international pressures that wants it to end its nuclear enrichment program. Many analysts expect that if sanctions were to be imposed on Iran, nothing would change and Iran would prevail because its trade is secure with countries like Russia and China, both opposing sanctions or military intervention in Iran. I'm Jamal Dajani for Mosaic Intelligence Report. To read different opinions about the Middle East or add your own, visit our website at linktv.org/mirblog.
This program was brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only U.S. television network devoted to global and national news, with uncompromising documentaries and diverse cultural programs which connect you to the world.